Welcome back to BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. This is the Julio Foolio murder update. Y'all know Julio Foolio got laid out recently, lost his life after he had just celebrated his 26th birthday. This is the update. Let me start out by saying this. I don't know why somebody thinks that in 2024, with all this technology around, that you can do something like this out in the wide open in front of cameras that you can see and cameras that you cannot see and all other types of surveillance equipment out there, and you think you're really going to get away with this? Yeah, right. Somebody decided that they was going to throw their own life away because they wanted Julio Foolio gone so bad. We about to get into that though. The police is on their ass. And I guarantee you, in short order, you'll see somebody go into prison for this. It's not going to go unfinished. But on top of that, what are the streets saying? Will there be retaliation? Will there be bloodshed after bloodshed after bloodshed? Julio Foolio, in his own circle, he was a boss. He was getting to the money, and he was splitting the money and feeding others. He was feeding the streets. When you take a boss down, problems. You done messed up a whole lot of other people's money and clout, and damn it, even their reason to live. So they about to come get you. Not only that, that's how the game goes. And I think Julio Foolio himself knew that. He ain't gonna cry. I was listening to one of his songs yesterday, and he said, I'm not gonna cry because I know so-and-so gonna ride for me, right? And he don't care if they take his life because he knows so-and-so gonna ride for him. Well, let's hope. Well, I wouldn't even say let's hope they ride, because let's hope they ride mean more bloodshed. And I'm not here to encourage bloodshed. But let's get into the details. So, according to this latest report, law enforcement officials, investigators have indicated that they are close to identifying the suspects who are involved in the killing of Jacksonville, Florida rapper Julio Foolio, who was fatally shot in Tampa on Sunday. That's what the police said. They are very close to identifying the suspect. Yep. Julio Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, he was just celebrating his 26th birthday, and he was shot in the parking lot off the Holiday Inn, Tampa, North, at around 4:40 a.m. I seen somebody try to correct me in the comment section saying it was not his birthday. I don't give a fuck. I never said it was his birthday. I said he was celebrating his birthday. So if my birthday is in January and I'm celebrating it in February, then I'm celebrating my birthday still. So he was celebrating his birthday. He went from the Airbnb, and the Airbnb, they got a little bit loud and rambunctious and ruckus, and the people in the neighborhood complained because it was a nice, quiet neighborhood. The house didn't want anybody having a party there. That's why I can't understand why niggas doing dumb shit. But he decided to move it to a hotel, change locations, and drop the addy, and it was a big mistake. Now, law enforcement officials have also said that Julio Foolio dropping the addy for where he was at, the location for his party, might just have been the thing that did him in. Now, 3 others were injured in that shooting. Community members in Tampa, they gathered at a town hall on Monday to voice their concerns about violence in the neighborhood after the young rapper was gunned down. Community members gathered to voice their opinions and their thoughts and their concerns. He ain't the first one to be gunned down. He ain't the second, he ain't the third. but he was somebody in the community that was looked up to as somebody who had made it, could have made it out completely, decided to stick around for whatever reason, and it took his life. Now, Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkaw, he told the public that initial details that they have show the groups involved in Sunday's shooting were all from Jacksonville. They're dropping hints for us, but they're not telling us exactly who it is yet until they hit this nail dead on the head. I got a feeling who I think it is, or who I think the shooter is or these shooters, because it was more than one shooters, who these shooters are associated with. It's all about to come out in the wash. And when it does come out, it's about to get ugly. If somebody decides to talk, or if that person decides to just go to prison for life. Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkaw told the public, we on top of this. We're about to get to the person who did it, or the people who did it. We'll drop you a hint, tell you that Sunday shooters were all from Jacksonville. How the hell would they know that they all from Jacksonville? How would they know that these dudes didn't get a dude from Miami to come up to Jacksonville and carry out the shooting? If they're telling you that they are all from Jacksonville, that tells me that somewhere in a little back room, you know how they be in them investigations, you know how they be in a police station, you know how they be down at homicide. Y'all watched enough First 48s to know they sitting there right now with a bunch of pictures of multiple people. They lined them up and they saying, okay, this is him from so-and-so. This is him from, we've had our run-ins with him. This is him from, they running everybody through the system right now. And they realize all these guys are connected. We know them. And they are all from Jacksonville. I tell you what, if I was one of these shooters, which I wouldn't be, because I don't do no stupidness like this. But if I was one of these shooters, I would have got gone. Ghost, like the wind. Because they coming for you. They are coming for you. In a minute, you will be on the news. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters, he shared a similar update at a press conference on Monday. Only thing, he did not name the groups that were involved. But they know that they're all from Jacksonville. He said, these groups, I won't name them right now, but they know who they are. Man, I would be so threatened. I won't name them right now. Then he looks in the camera and says, but they know who they are. And we're not going to tolerate any retribution or any revenge. This sounds like old beef. It's all over YouTube. If you get on YouTube and you watch all the videos of Julio Foolio's beef, who he been beefing with, the Jacksonville war beefs that been going on, you know, Julio Foolio dissing their dead homies, them dissing his dead homies, killings start happening on both sides. They bragging in songs about how they step because they real steppers and they real killers, and they laid down a couple of his guys and they taking losses on their side, but he taking losses on his side too, and he taking more losses than them, and this shit is for life and they not backing down, and you better be ready when you see us because it's up every time you see us. Listen, it's well documented. You know, an investigator said the other day, the police don't have to do a lot of work nowadays. Back in the day, the police had to do a whole lot of work and investigation in order to bring a suspect in. Nowadays, instead of walking the streets, picking up shells, speaking to people, most of the time, They just sit back and watch social media. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, TikTok, and they put the pieces together. And a lot of these guys are telling on themselves. Even when they claim they're not telling on themselves. And they quick to call somebody a snitch too. But the police will show them how they told on themselves. Remember this. In the state of Florida, your lyrics from your songs as an artist can be used against you in court. California outlawed it, banned it. California will not do it. So gang rappers or gangster rappers from California, they could go catch a charge. They'll go to jail. Nobody can use their rap lyrics against them in court, even if they said it in a rap. In the state of Florida, it's different. It can be used against you. And I heard an attorney on YouTube speaking. He is a highly esteemed attorney. I forgot what his name is right now, but he said he saw what Young and Ace put out right after Julio Foolio passed, and he listened to the lyrics. They got to drop. They called me, tell me they got to drop. I told them, do it. He said, listen, the pieces are being stitched together. And if his name come across in any way or any affiliate of his, just know that that right there is going in and will be accepted as evidence. Can't save these dudes like they don't want to save themselves. He said, I won't name them. They know who they are. And we're not going to tolerate any retribution, any revenge. We're going to watch. Letting everybody and all the gangs know and all the groups in Jacksonville know. We on you. We watching you. We know what just happened. We know how it happened, why it happened, because it's well televised. This is no secret beef. And we're paying attention because we know somebody is going to try to retaliate and get some retribution for Julio Foolio. And we're not having any of it. I tell you what, these youngins so wild out here in the streets, man, they don't give two shits about what the police got to say. They're going to do it regardless and tell themselves that they're going to get away with it regardless. Berkshaw assured the community members that this is the only incident involving this Jacksonville group. At this point, that's the only one we have tied to those Jacksonville groups, he said. Officials have not named any suspects or made any arrests. Now, prior to his death, Julio Foolio was excited. He was expressing excitement and gratitude for his birthday on social media. He was thanking God. That man was thanking God for allowing him to see another year and to celebrate another birthday. But in April, there were multiple attempts on his life. You know, it's one of them cases where you beefing with too many people. You don't even know who coming at you because you getting into it with more than one group, more than one set of people. It's not like we could say, okay, JBC is his enemy, so he got hit and we know it's JBC. He getting into it with quite a few people. He also spoke about being shot at while he was leaving the recording studio on a podcast recently. He talked about it in 2022. Waters reminded people of the serious nature of this incident, and he letting them know that, yo, this is not a game. This is real life. He has a mother. He got parents, siblings. They have to deal with these kinds of losses, and it's unfortunate. But like I said before, all the people in here who losing their lives, they got mothers and fathers, they got parents, they got siblings. So when you kill one of my own, you didn't care about his parents and his siblings and all that and their loss that they got to deal with. So we don't care about yours. Your mama gonna cry like my mama cried. That's the mentality. So all this stuff the police talking, the police got to come with some results. They got to come with, this is the guy or the guys that did the shooting, and have them in front of the camera. If not, then them dudes will brag about it in a song, put it in cold words, take that, and keep it moving. That's some serious chances you taking. Some serious penitentiary chances you taking at a young age. Headed nowhere fast, going to prison for life. You playing with going to prison for life? Prison. You too light to fight. You too thin to win. You about to get your ass beat in prison. Because you know it's going to happen. You're going to have to go in there, get your weight up, try to survive a life sentence. Why? But that's the way the game is played. Officials are still asking the public to share any videos or any information that's related to the incident with the Tampa Police Department. The investigation continues as the police try to determine who the suspects are and the events that led up to the deadly incident. They're still sifting through it, but according to them, they're very close to identifying who did it. Foolio had over 950,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, more like 1 million. And I went and I looked up how much Spotify pays for that much or that many dedicated listeners. It's something like $3,500 to $4,000 a month. Now, you must remember, his music is being streamed on many different platforms, not just Spotify. So this is one way that they get the bag without even having to leave the crib. You ain't got to leave the house. Once your music is distributed by its distributor, it's across multiple platforms. Spotify is going to pay you. CD Baby going to pay you. This other one going to pay you. That other one's going to pay you. Whatever those listening streaming platforms are, 3,000 here, 4,000 there, 5,000 there. Before you know it, your income is like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. Just in case anybody is wondering, well, CD Baby is a distributor, but I'm talking about like Spotify and iTunes and all them others, right? Thousands of dollars could be made per month. Some of his most popular songs include Voodoo, Dead Ops Part 2, I Hate You, I Love You, and Play With Me. I guess that voodoo that he claimed that his parents do, that voodoo didn't hold up when them shots came flying. This is the second tragic loss in the hip-hop community has experienced this month. Up-and-coming rapper Enchanting, the female, who was signed to Gucci Mane, she died earlier this month from a drug overdose. She died shortly after being placed on life support. She was only 26 years old too, just like Foolio, 26 years old. And she only had like 185,000 monthly listeners on Spotify with songs like No Love and Track and Field. So she wasn't getting to the money yet like Foolio, but he was getting to a little bit more money than she was. But I'm just saying, it's just young people dying before realizing the full potential of their dreams. But we ain't going to talk about that. We talking about what the detectives are doing and what they have said. And that's the update, Jack. The update is that they are on their ass. The update is that they know what group is affiliated or associated to this killing. The update is they're picking out the individuals right now and getting closer to identifying them and bringing them in. They doing their police work, what they're doing behind the scenes. And soon we're supposed to see where this goes. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I'm going to just stay out the way and just watch. I'm a civilian and a spectator. I'm out. Peace.